All right, welcome back. Thibodaux PD in the house, and we're speaking about a lot of things. But Chief Silverii, what he's done at the Thibodaux Police Department, he started a reserve unit. So let's talk about that a little bit, and how's that going for us?
Sure. Well, one of the things that Mayor SJ was important to him, obviously we talk about community partnerships and building relationships, and what better way than to reach out to the actual community and have them come on as partners with the Thibodaux Police Department. So that was one of the mayor's focuses. That was one of his goals, and he always said, "Look, I'm not pressuring you, Scott, but how soon are we going to start the program?" So we tasked it out to one of our captains, and he did a great job researching it. And what we're going to do, Martin, is we have 3 levels. We started the first of this month. And what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 different levels of service. First being an individual who's maybe either post-certified, been through a police academy, and he comes on, and then we'll field train him, which Todd's going to talk about in a little bit. And then he's going to be the guy that can actually get in a squad car and go out and work on his own and handle calls for service. Or someone who's interested in going to the academy and would be able to make that commitment. The second level would be folks that just want to participate. Maybe they have a special skill. I'm big on bicycling and using bicycles in police work. I would see these as they're going to work more as more ambassadors or diplomats for the police department in the city of Thibodaux, and they can volunteer from anything from filing papers to walking foot patrol downtown in Thibodaux, kind of as an ambassador. And the third component is going to be a chaplain's corps. One of the things when I first came into the department, we have to reach out to the pastorals, and we want to create a pastoral committee, and it's important for the officers of the police department, I think, to have that connection with the community, as well as the pastoral committees. So we started the first of this month. We're going to start taking applications, and it's that theory and practicality. In theory, I know it's going to work. I've actually seen it. So we're starting to slowly take applicants, and we're going to work them through the process. And I hope, I'm sure by the end of the year, we're going to have a really, really effective program where people want to come and participate and be a part of the Thibodaux Police Department.
How many can you take on and effectively manage them, so to speak?
Our goal to start from where we're at from scratch would be 10 full-time full trained officers.
Okay.
That's going to include equipping with the full uniform, having radios, communications for the guys, training them. And that takes a lot of commitment. If you hadn't already gone through a police academy, it would require about 24 weeks in a police academy. And then we have an 18-week field training program.
Okay.
So that takes a lot of commitment. There are men and women out in the community that have expressed that interest, that are qualified to do that now. On the what we call VIPS, the Volunteers in Police Service, which would be the second level, we're not putting a cap on that. I think as folks have special skills, and if they want to participate, we're willing to bring them on. We just want to make sure it's a program that they're absolutely interested and it's worth their time.
They've got to be enthusiastic about it.
They have to, and there's going to be a time requirement. Someone to come on because they think it's a good idea in theory, and just don't come back. I mean, we can't float that role, but we want folks that are going to be engaged, and we're going to benefit from it by learning from these people.
Yeah. How many hours you think a week?
We're going to look at 16 hours a month.
Okay.
And we're going to give them the opportunity of over 3 months to have an aggregate total, but we figure 16 hours is fair. Again, we're in a learning process, so we want to get some key individuals that are going to give us honest feedback, and they say, look, I love working with you guys, I want to participate. 16 hours, a little more than I can handle, then we're not married to it. It's some of the best practices that we've seen at the different sheriff's offices and police department, so we think that's a good goal to start with.
But you as a chief, you may find a diamond in the rough.
You're right.
On a couple of these.
Hey, it's a great recruiting tool. When I was back at the sheriff's office in Lafourche, many they had an explorers program with the kids. They would grow up, they were mentored by law enforcement officers, they became police or sheriff's deputies, and even some of the adults that come on full time. So it really is. You find some wonderful talent in the community.
Okay, all right. And I think did we cover all the reserve?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Talking about the volunteers.
Volunteers, and also you got new hires. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were fortunate enough. We looked at our staffing, going back to that matrix, and we had 11 openings. So we said, you know what, let's make that commitment. I mean, the mayor made that commitment, so we were going to fulfill those vacancies. And so this year, and it's a pretty arduous task. I mean, you have to advertise it, you pass a civil service test. There's a pretty strenuous physical fitness test, background, psychological. So it's a whole vetting process. So if you survive the process, you deserve and you earn the right to work for the police department. But it's different. You don't just come on the job and then we hand you a badge and your weapon and wish you good luck. That's where Lieutenant Todd Gagnard comes in. It's a long, drawn out. I say drawn out. It's a very specific process that these applicants go through, or cadets go through. After they come out of a 24-week, really intense training academy, then we turn them over to Todd Gagnard, and he's a field training officer coordinator. And Todd's better versed at explaining that.
So when they see Todd, they know they're about to go through step 1 through 10.
Reality sets in.
Okay. Todd, explain that to them.
Martin, it's a strenuous training. It's an 18-week program, field training program, and basically it's divided up into 3 different phases, along with the final evaluation phase. During the duration of the 18-week field training program, they go through 3 different FTOs. And the reason why we do that is because every officer is well versed in a different area. And I find that it just adds strength to the recruit officer learning different styles of law enforcement.
Right.
Now, once they're done with the field training program, they're assigned to usually the Uniform Patrol Division, according to our department's needs. And of course, the Uniform Patrol Commander and the Chief have the final say-so as far as where the recruits go after they graduate the field training program.
But when they finish your field training program, do you just put them in a unit at that point, or are they they have a buddy system for a while, or is that part of the training?
We have a shadow phase where once they graduate the field training program, the field training officer will follow them on complaints.
Okay. And sort of tell them, okay, yeah, you handled that right, but maybe do this a little.
Yes.
It's on-site training.
Like a little brush up,
Like we've all had in our professions. Sure. And you got to make a few mistakes before you get better. So you don't crucify them on the mistakes. You just try to help them along, so to speak. But hopefully they don't make that many. Anyway.
Not that many. But if you're going to make them, that's the time to make them.
Yeah.
You're never alone. You're always accompanied by a senior officer, and they document. There's always daily activity reports that are going to be written. And some folks may just not have what it takes, and they may have a change of heart through the process. But that's where you need to find out. You need to find out if they got that that public service spirit, and that's during that intensified 18-week period.
Right. But Chief, when you hand them off you got to have a lot of faith in Todd, because he's the one sort of taking them through the steps, huh?
Look, I told you when I came in, I inherited these guys, and they've been absolutely a blessing. I mean, Todd's got the competitive spirit. He played college baseball here at Nichols, and that background just kind of permeates everything that he does. He's an absolute perfectionist. I mean, he's going to bat nothing less than 1,000. So that's the guy you want to turn your rookies over to.
But I bet while you were interviewing him, you asked him what his batting average was at Nichols. Huh? What was it? Before we go to the break.
No comment, Mark.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Joe, get ready. Planking time. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away.